Nobody here. All right. We're going to give them a couple minutes to. What's your name again?
Tracy.
Man? Tracy. Why can't I remember that?
I don't know.
You're just not hot enough, Tracy.
Yeah, well,
there were other Tracys that were hotter than.
There were other Tracys. Dick Tracy was.
Dick Tracy. That's good. You got me. Dick Tracy was awesome.
Yeah.
Try another one live.
Jeff Bowman says back. Susan,
we're back. Bam! We got a whopping one person here. I know we got more than that. We got 20.
We got 20 now.
We got 20.
Look at there.
All right. Tell your blushing bride. She said she's back part 2. You are fuzzy as fuck, though. All right. Guys, if you can hear me, Susan is saying we have a bad signal right now. We changed Wi-Fi hotspots. We're actually doing it off of his phone right now. This Wi-Fi hotspot, for whatever reason, went unstable and fucked us up. Says slow drag 5x5 now. Jam on it. Sup. Sounds good. All right, so you guys got us. Okay. Just fuzzy pick, all good. We can live with it. All right, it is what it is. We're gonna keep rolling.
We don't look that hot anyway, so why would you want to look at us like?
Yeah, exactly.
That clear.
All right, guys. You notice Kyle bailed. Why? Because Kyle's smart. Kyle's like, if it ain't working, I'm out of here. Tracy, welcome back, Tracy. Tracy is one of the students from this class. You just started today. So what'd you think? Day 1. What'd you think so far?
It's awesome. It's a great opportunity. Enjoying it. The instructors are awesome. Learning lots of things all at once, and they're reinforcing everything we're learning. We're learning it over and over, doing it different ways. It's really, really good.
Cool.
So it's harder to forget. So that's why it becomes muscle memory when we finally get in the bird.
See, I'm not the only one bragging on those instructors over there. Those instructors are awesome. They are. They are awesome indeed. All right. You were here last year.
I was here in October.
Why were you here in October?
My brother is one of the jump masters here. He's also going for his 100th jump.
Wow.
And it's also his birthday weekend. And then I was with the team when they went to France in 2019 for the 75th anniversary D-Day.
75th. Guys, that's the one I wanted to go to. That was the big one, the 75th anniversary. They got the special patch for. I didn't get it. Party. That's the one time of the year where the French actually like Americans. But they said the only gripes were certain roads were closed because there were so many international dignitaries there.
Yeah. Trump was
heads
there.
of state, stuff like that.
Yeah, Trump was there, and that shut down a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I'm not going this June, guys. This June, I'm going to have my knee replaced. I've been putting it off for too long. Rehab, everything else. All right, so I'm going to miss the October Operation Black Cat here in October. But if you guys want to go through airborne school, you can sign up for Round Canopy, rcptusa.org. That's a Round Canopy Parachuting Team Round Canopy Parachuting Team USA.org. Great bunch of guys. Then they do this twice a year, guys. They do March and October, airborne school, refresher, everything. And then a 3-day jump fest after that. So you can get as many jumps as you can get yourself manifested on the bird. If you do airborne school, you're going to leave here with 5 jumps. And then probably the same day or the next day, you'll get to do your cherry blast. Like I was squad leader back in October.
Mm-hmm.
So when my students went up on their cherry blast, I sent somebody down to the local dollar store and grabbed me a bunch of cherry pies.
Oh, yeah.
And I put them in each cargo pocket. And don't judge me. That's airborne tradition. They used to put a cherry pie underneath the red helmet they had to wear on their 6th jump. I didn't have to do that. They didn't make me do any squirrely shit like that. But it's good time, great time. So anyways, I can't do it this June, but the following June, 2024 will be the 80th anniversary. And you understand that's the last big hoorah, because there's already not very many World War II vets left that made the D-Day land. I don't know how many are left. I heard somewhere that there's less than 200 Army sailors, Marines that were at Pearl Harbor when it happened. Less than 200 left alive. And I can't imagine there's that many more D-Day ones either. All right, so if you're interested in it, it's fun. And again, guys, you don't have to jump. You went over with them.
Oh, yeah, I went over as a groupie.
And even if you don't want to go over there, if you just want to support the team, understand this is a nonprofit. They're just trying to keep the airborne legacy alive. I'm here because I want to have fun with my son. But after that, I saw the great stuff these guys are doing. If you've got a vet out there that his head's in a bad way, they're suicidal, or they just have depression real bad, something like that. If you've ever been emotionally, mentally like that, you understand they've got so much shit, so many problems, because they see things as problems piled up on them that they feel overwhelmed. Get them hooked up with Round Canopy Parachute Team. You come down here, they're going to be surrounded by friends that are going to support them. And they don't have to be airborne. There's a lot of vets that are here now that were never airborne in the military. This is their chance to go to airborne school. There's a lot of civilians here, but there are a lot of vets out there that are having problems. And I guarantee you, when we put them up in the plane, I don't care how many problems financially, mentally, spiritually are just poured on your soul and your personality, and you feel as though no one cares and there's no way you can get out from underneath this pile of all these problems. Once they open the door on that plane, you forget all of them. You are involved with this beautiful law of physics called gravity, and you realize your problems are small. Your problems no longer matter. Nope, you're about to get hit in the face with a planet, and you're going to go out focused 100% on that. None of your problems matter. And then when they hit the ground, the problems aren't there. The problems aren't there anymore. They literally just survived a life or death experience. And for a lot of people, it is life-changing. And you begin to realize, especially when you're surrounded with all these great people out here, you begin to realize, yeah, you've hit rock bottom, but that's okay. There's a lot of people out there that are going to help you climb out. So anyways, it's good stuff. Again, if you guys have anybody that's having issues out there, please, I encourage you. Again, their motto here is more than just a jump, and they're sincere about it. They have personally taken a bunch of vets off the ledge from committing suicide and given them purpose back in their life again. So as me and my son, we're going to go for the 80th. You going for the 80th?
I don't know if I'll be going for the 80th, but
you have to. You went for the 70th.
You went 75th, for the big party. Yeah, 75th. Well, I was even special. I rode over on a ferry from England with all the British and Canadian vets over, and cool. So I'd already been on a plane for 18 hours coming across the channel, coming across from the States. Landed in Heathrow, took the train down to Portsmouth, and got on a ferry over to Cannes. And man, it was a 7-8 hour ride on a boat after 18 hours flying all day. And I could barely stay awake, but man, I couldn't put it down. These vets, they were telling their stories. You just want to listen to every story they got.
That would be so awesome. So awesome. I'm excited to do it with my son. Right. You said it was your brother?
My brother.
Your brother. So how's he doing?
He's doing good. He's he's doing good. He's really excited about me going through the program.
Yeah.
He's going to be the one. My first jump will be with him as my jump master.
See, that's very cool. Very right. Your brother gets to put him out the plane.
Yeah, he gets to push me out the plane like you always wanted.
Yep. I got to. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go to tacticalrifleman.com or go to our YouTube channel, Tactical Rifleman, and just put in parachuting or RCPT or the word airborne, and there'll be a video that pops up. There's a few of them now where, because we try to film it every time we come down here, and but the first year we put together a video, and you fast forward to the end, and it's only like a 3-minute long video, but it is the World War II C-47 aircraft, the Tycho Bell, that actually did that actual airplane did the D-Day invasion, Operation Market Garden. It did the Berlin airlift, everything. This is a museum piece. And it's actually Angry American filming it with his iPhone. I got him a bailout shoot, and he's just staying on the plane. But I have a whole stick of tactical rifleman guys. I got Chad Holsizer, Emery, my son, Chris, Leaf LeBlanc, all these guys from Tactical Riflemen. They're all lined up, got a whole stick of them. And I'm up front, which is actually the back of the plane, right near the open door with Tater, the crew chief. And I'm in my World War II helmet, World War II uniform, brown jump boots. And 6 minutes, I got everybody up, got them all hooked up, all the jump commands, and Angry American comes forward to right where my son is, and you can see my son is scared to death, but he is gonna do this. And he looks right at the camera and says, "Let's do this." And so then they have us all exiting after I get us over the spot. The jump master leads from the front here, so I get to do follow me, and I go out first to lead by example. But the funny part is, for me, my 30-second mark is the Walmart parking lot, right? And then then I come. It's actually the 1 minute mark. 1 minute mark is the Walmart parking lot. 30 seconds is coming right up at the edge of the runway here. And then I'm given standby, basically there's a abandoned aircraft out at the end of the other runway. So I'm looking out, like that's my spot. I'm lining it up at the bottom of the door, and follow me. Well, they then show all of us going out the plane because we had a GoPro mounted out at the end of the plane. It's a great little video clip. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you all to go back and watch. I wish I had it here. I would play it for you all. I really would. So, yeah, good stuff indeed. You excited about tomorrow? When's your first jump?
It's around 2 or 3 o'clock.
2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow. So remember, guys, airborne school is 3 weeks down at Fort Benning. They knock it out here in 3 days. 3 days, and I'm telling you, it's professionally ran. They've only got 29 students, and this is a big class. 32 students, but 3 squads, and they just run such a great program here. Day 2, he's going to get his first jump. That's awesome. You don't want to jump out of a 182, Cessna 182, little bitty plane.
Well, that's the first one.
That'd be the first one. Can you imagine? Kyle had never been on an airplane before, ever in his life.
That was crazy. I was I can't imagine that. The only time you've ever flown, you've taken off, but you've never landed. You've never known what it's like to have the plane come down at a high rate of speed and then wait for that impact at the bottom. You hear the brake, the tire squeal. Nope, never had that. Oh. All I know is out the door. Woo! Taking off's easy. Getting it back on the ground is the hard part.
That's nuts. I mean,
my
hat's off to him. I got more respect for Kyle now. Kyle's awesome. Kyle's always been awesome.
It's crazy.
Karl is a jump master, pure pro. Now, guys, honest, I'm a regular guy. I'm very, very sincere when I say I learn a lot from these other jump masters. A lot of these guys live for this. They are on the board. They live and breathe Round Canopy Parachuting Team. You guys know I'm very family oriented. So when I'm home, I'm wanting to spend time with my family. You guys think I'm a gun guy. I know. All right. I'm a gun guy. But no, I'm a precision rifle guy, where you guys always see me with an AR or a pistol in my hand. And that's because, out of 100% of shooters, less than 1% shoot precision rifles. So when I go teaching classes, like I only have one Tactical Precision Rifle 101 class on the calendar for this year, which if you're interested, it's, I want to say mid-May down at Tiger Valley in Texas, 2-day course. And we have a blast. It's a great time. We learn about how the bullet is affected by changes in environmental conditions. What I mean by that is, for example, you zero your rifle, but let's say you zeroed it at 60 degrees and now it's 80 degrees, and you're now shooting that 600-meter target. Well, that 20-degree temperature change from 60 degrees to 80 degrees is going to raise your 1-minute angle. You shooting a 600-meter target, that's going to make your bullet fly high 6 inches. It's not making it curve up, but what it's doing is it's not slowing the bullet down as much, and gravity having less time to actually drag on it. So it's going to fly flatter through the air. It does not have as much air resistance on the front of the bullet, because the more you heat air up, the more those molecules spread apart, and that bullet is going to bump into less of them. Same thing with elevation above sea level. Every 1,000 feet above the or below the distance that you zeroed your rifle will again affect your bullet. Changes in
humidity,
barometric pressure. Humidity is another one. Humidity is one. Barometric pressure goes up, more dense air molecules become closer together, more drag on your bullet. So anyways, if you're interested in that class is, I want to say mid-May. And that's we're only running it once this year, 2 days. I want to say that class is half full. So if you're interested in it, you don't have to bring any fancy guns or scopes. Bring your precision rifle with your scope on. I want you to train with your gear. Please don't think, well, I have to have a sexy gun. I got guys that come with 30-06s. I got guys that'll buy a Mossberg 6.5 bolt action for $600, and they're usually the guys that are the best shots in the class, because they've trained with their equipment. They're good with, they know their gear, and they're not just buying, like my Accuracy International with the scope and everything else was 18 grand, right? I'm not saying you have to spend 18 grand. I didn't. It was a gift, okay, from one of my students. So please don't think you have to spend that kind of money. Not at all. Not at all.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
So when you're talking about precision, is that all bolt action? Or
no, not at all.
So if I have an AR-10?
Yes. All my time from basically when the towers fell, my job was, I was in what's called a SIF company. That is basically a hostage rescue or direct action company, Green Beret company. So we still had 6 A teams, but the company was split into 2 troops. Each troop had 2 assaulter A teams and 1 sniper A team. My job as an assaulter was to support the assault force. If they didn't need snipers, then you had 3 assault teams. So I had to be able to do all of it, but more times than not, they would infill me, and I'd have a SR-25 Mark 11, which is basically an AR-10, accurized AR-10. And the advantage of, and my whole thing is, I don't bring a bolt gun to a gunfight. Now, don't get me wrong, Afghanistan, going from mountain to mountain, Syria, shooting from Iraq into Syria, 1,000, 2,000 meter shots. Yeah, you want a bolt gun, big bullet. But in an urban environment, guys, like Fallujah or Najaf, for me to shoot from the 3rd-story window of a building, you understand that building, I'm behind enemy lines. So you have to clear, soft clear, but you're still clearing the building to get to that loophole to shoot from the 3rd story. So you don't want to do that with a bolt action gun. You just don't. If he's the number 1 man with an AR, I'm number 2 man with my bolt gun. He goes left. There's nobody in the room to the left. I go right. There's 3 bad guys with AKs to the right. You understand, I'm not going to get all 3 of them. They're going to end up shooting me, or worse, shooting him in the back. So I needed to have a semi-auto gun. And yeah, so semi-auto is the way to go. I have bolt action guns. I do. My 338 Lapua is a bolt action. My yeah, I've got a bunch of bolt actions. I do, but my 50 cal is a semi-auto. My 308s that I run, almost all of them are semi-autos. So yeah, bring an AR-10 by all means.
What type of scope do you recommend? Power
wise, you get a variable power scope. It's 308.
308.
308. Go 5 to 25. I want you to be able to go below 10. All right, even below 8. Where that's important, guys, is understand a lot of my shots in the city were sometimes within 100 meters. So to see, remember, I'm not just wanting to see the bullseye. I need to have situational awareness on the battlefield. So I need to be able to dial my magnification down to allow me to see more of the battlefield. All right. So that's, remember, it's not about being able to see the little X on the bullseye. It's about being able to see the guy that's over here that warrants deadly force. You're looking at this window. This guy's over here. You can't see him because you've got a 60 power scope. You don't see him. You didn't get that guy. You didn't get him. And you're like, man, I never saw anybody. Yeah, you didn't. But the guy that had the 3 to 10 power scope or the 5 to 25 power scope that actually dialed out enough to see his entire sector of fire, he's the guy that's going to get the most kills. So anyways, food for thought. Also, if you're going to run night vision, and we will actually, the first night is a night shoot. I will bring clip-ons and dedicated night sights, Gen 3 night vision, and then I'll have clip-on and dedicated thermals also, and let you guys play with all of them. If you're using a clip-on night sight, I squared or thermal, it is better to dial your magnification down. All right, good question. Warwick Marsh. I can't talk right now, guys. I really don't want to hang up on Wick. Shit.
Can it?
Nah, that one can't. He's gonna have to wait. All right, guys. I missed some questions earlier. If you guys don't mind. All right. Susan Britcher threw down 50 Australian quid. You got a good Aussie accent?
Good day, mate.
Can you read that for the studio audience? This is his Australian, Tracy Australian.
For you to buy a round of beers for everyone who hung around 2 hours for you to start this thing.
All right, cool. 50. Thank you, Susan. What she's talking about, guys, is I am Eastern time zone. So remember, I always schedule this for 7 p.m. Central Standard. So I'm East Coast now. That's an hour earlier. So I thought it started at 6. It doesn't. East Coast, it's actually 8 o'clock. So I was jumping through my ass. I had everything ready at 6 p.m. like a dumbass. And yeah, everybody's helping me set up lights. And they're like, Karl, why are we setting up lights? The sun is up. I'm like, I always need lights. I don't know. So anyways, I'm a dumbass. Thank you. Y'all thought that shit was funny. Parma. Parm threw down $10. Are you still planning on a new TR rifle? Yes, I am, guys. I'm not at liberty to discuss the specifics yet because I have not decided yet. I am testing out a rifle right now. I will tell you it has the exact same length barrel. It's a 13.7-inch barrel with a pinned brake or flash hider on it, your choice. So it is legal 16-inch. It is not a braced weapon. It is not a short barrel rifle. It's just an awesome gun. It's still the same color, still has the TR logo on the right side of the receiver. For this one, I decided to go with a piston so that more guys wanted to run suppressors full time. So this is actually going to be a piston gun. And again, I'm not at liberty to discuss it really, but I'll say right now it's running like a freaking champ. Got an awesome trigger in it that you can dry fire with. It's good stuff indeed. All right. We had a couple more questions come in. All right. Semper Paratus. If I can find a way to pick up a 308 gas gun before this baby gets here, long range 308 AR-10 or M14. Guys, stay away from the M14. All right. You understand the M1A is a beautiful rifle. That was my first sniper rifle, was an M21, which is an accurized, basically M14 rifle. They were state of the art Vietnam era. They're beautiful guns. They're history pieces. If you want to buy an M14 to put up on the wall, by all means do it. They're beautiful. They're beautiful guns, but you don't want to take one to combat. You just don't. The AR-10 platform is Legos like an AR, and it is. There are so many insanely accurate AR-10s out there. Yeah, without a doubt. Right.
Even some cheap ones, right?
Yeah, there's some great cheap ones, or build it yourself. Mr. Sotobanco, what is the ideal trigger pull weight for a concealed carry semi-automatic pistol? This will vary, guys. But basically, for me, a combat gun, rifle or pistol, should not have lighter than a 3.5 pound trigger. All right, not lighter than 3.5 pound trigger. My Glock 45, you guys all know I tested out a Timney trigger in there. I finally took that Timney trigger out, and the trigger that I put in is a stock 5 pound trigger that the FBI uses. It's coated with some OBC or whatever. It's got a special coating on it that cuts down, makes it, smooths it out a little, but it is a 5 pound trigger. That is in my work gun. My EDC pistol, all my other guns have 3.5 pound connectors in them. Here's a note on that though. You'll hear the term the New York trigger, which is a 20 pound trigger, by the way. The New York trigger is a drop-in trigger block to make your trigger harder. These guys will get trigger jobs on them, and I have shot 20 pound New York trigger Glocks and it's a 20 pound trigger, but that trigger is as smooth as a lot of your competition triggers. It's still 20 pounds. You see what I'm getting at? I want you to have a good trigger. All I change in a Glock is the connector, except for my Glock 45 that I've let you monkeys talk me into swapping my trigger in. But you notice I have gone back to a much heavier trigger. I want to try it out. I heard that's what the FBI is shooting. 5 pound. It's a little heavier than the 3.5 I'm used to, but I'm going to run it for a while. I'll run it probably my next 20 classes, 20, 30 classes. I'll put 10,000, 15,000 rounds through that gun, and it will be awesome. All right. But again, trigger weight's a personal decision. I'm just giving you guys my personal opinion on it. Irwin 808, best budget bolt gun. I mentioned the Mossberg, the Ruger RPR, Ruger Precision Rifle, is another excellent budget gun. It's a very common rifle, which here in America you have the benefit that you'll be able to get spare parts and stuff. But it is not a bad gun. I have a Ruger Precision Rifle. A lot of times when somebody wants to come do the Tactical Precision Rifle 101 course, if they don't have a gun, I will let them rent my gun. They'll have to provide the ammo for it. But it'll come already bipod, suppressor, scope on it. I will help them size the stock to them. Yeah, you don't got to dump a lot of money into a gun, guys.
So I do have a question on follow that up. That question of the budget.
Yep.
What are you considering a good budget?
For me, you got to have accuracy. Is a $2,000 gun better than a $600 rifle? Yeah, in general, a $2,000 rifle will almost always, not always, but almost always be better than a $600 gun. Okay. Is a $8,000 rifle better than a $2,000 rifle? Yeah, it is. Okay. You see, but you start going down the rabbit hole, um, you start customizing stuff. Well, I want this particular um, uh, rifling in my barrel. I want a 1 in 8 twist instead of a 1 in 10 twist. I want this. I want that. The scope on my AI is a $5,000 Smith and Bender. Do you need to run a $5,000 Smith and Bender? No, you do not. You are not locking out of submarines from 50 feet down. You're not doing a halo jump with it to where you need to be able to whack it, literally whack it on the table without losing the zero. So why did I go with that? Again, it was a gift. This guy wanted the best of the best, and that is, he wanted to go with the scopes that US SOCOM was running at the time, and at the time they were running that particular Smith and Bender with the H59 Horse Vision reticle in it. Just totally badass. It's a great scope. It is. It's I don't remember the nomenclature of it now. There are lots of good scopes out there, but understand Leopold makes a $5,000 scope, but Leopold also makes a $150 scope. They are not made in the same factory. That's okay. But understand the reason why they do that is different people have different budgets. Night Force has scopes that are thousands of dollars, and then they also have scopes that are a couple $100. Same thing, Vortex and Primary Arms. And one thing I thought was funny as shit was Primary Arms, Dimitri from Primary Arms is a guy that designs a lot of the reticles. We're at SHOT Show one year, and he's holding one of the Primary Arms scopes. He's like, yeah, this is the same as the one in the Night Force and Vortex. I'm like, yeah, they're a lot alike. He's like, no, it's the exact same scope made in China. And I'm like, yeah, they're made in China. They're a lot alike. He's like, no, you don't understand. They are literally the exact same scope. And I'm like, and he said, come with me. He didn't even ask. He just walked out of the Primary Arms booth with that scope, walked right into the Night Force booth and said, and they all know who Dimitri is. And he said, hey, man, can I borrow this scope? Yeah, sure, Dimitri, whatever. He picks it up, and we walk straight into the Vortex booth, and he's walking down, because, they got all these scopes there. He's walking, he goes, here it is, right here. And he holds both scopes right next to him. He says they are from the exact same factory, the exact same glass, made to the exact same specs. The only difference on these scopes are the label and the price tag. Night Force gets to charge the most because Night Force has the name.
Right.
Vortex gets to charge a little bit less because they have established themselves as a great reputation. They've got lifetime warranty, all that stuff. Yep. But Primary Arms has to sell them the cheapest so that they can still sell the thing. But they, guys, I shit you not, they were identical scopes. Just something for you to keep in mind. Sorry
to take you off track.
Hold on. Yeah, man. Sorry. In live stream right now. Call in if you want. Guys, remember I mentioned vets that are having a hard time. You guys, we've had Wick, my buddy Warwick March, right? The guy that killed all those people with the minigun in that ambush. Wick is awesome. Wick has fallen off the wagon, depression, everything else. And anyways, I'm trying to get Wick help. So anytime Wick reaches out to me, he just called me, and you don't understand, I pick up every time, but I didn't pick him up right now, and it's bothering me. It really is. So he texts me back, yeah, man. So I said, can I call you later? He said, yeah, man. So anyways, I hope he calls. I would love for you guys and me to be able to talk to Wick right now. Fuck him. Fuck him. Let's call Wick. You guys mind if I call Wick?
Call him. Brother in need, right?
He's not going to answer because he knows I'm on live stream right now.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, I'm on week.
What's up, brother, man? How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Hey, dude, you know I promised you I would always be there for it, always pick up, but I'm literally on hour 2 of a 2-hour live stream. It's Tuesday night, man. Tactical Tuesday. You've been here. You've been in the seat. So hey, man, I got you on speaker, and I got 146 people listening to you. So
cool. So I was just on the phone with Steve Holland.
Okay.
Steve Holland talking about some shenanigans that he used to do back in the day.
Yep.
And I'm just calling you to let you know that I have good news. You know, my intake went well. You know, my cancer treatment intake went well, and
awesome.
I'm just sharing that shit with you, brother.
And I guess with the rest of the world, you just completely made my day right now. And seriously, dude, seriously. You seriously did, man.
I'm in a different space right now. But I'm planning to come and see you Sunday. Are you going to be up there?
No, dude, I am parachuting down in Florida with these guys on Sunday. I'll be back Monday. You want to come visit me next week? We'll go out and shoot, just you and me.
Yeah. You got gravel to move or anything like that?
I do, as a matter of fact. I got gravel. Dude, I appreciate you bringing it up. I need like 3-4 loads of gravel for the range.
Yeah. You know, we got a lot of catching up to do.
We do. Amen to that.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff happening, brother. You know, I'm gonna leave you back to your live stream.
Yeah, all right, real quick though, man. I just want you to know I'm sitting here looking, I'm reading what all these guys are saying in the chat room right now. They're all saying hi Wick, love his accent. Man, these guys love you, Wick. They don't love you as much as I do, but you know the TR family loves you. Wick comes and does guest instructor stuff for a bunch of our classes, guys, and Wick is awesome. Wick is another American war hero, man. Not me, but like him, Randy Wurr, Steve Holland, Donnie Bone. These are our unsung heroes, and they really are awesome.
Swinging leg. We like swinging that leg. Oh yeah. we like busting that cap. Last thing that dude's going to see is a one-eye monster. As a bust a cap in his face. That's what we do.
All right, Wick, you take care, brother.
All right, brother. So talk to you soon, brother.
Yeah, bye-bye.
That's awesome.
I appreciate you guys letting me call Wick. I really do. I promised Wick that if he ever called, ever needed me just to text, do anything, that I would be there for him. So anyways, I appreciate you guys letting me do that. All right, a couple more questions here. Guys, I'm tearing up and shit. I love my Wickster. All right. No. Okay. We did that one. All right, this one's from Gilbert. I remember a few years ago you invited everybody with an off-road vehicle to hit the trails with you on holiday weekend. Plan to go that again this year. I'd love to take my 4Runner out with you. Honest, dude, Gilbert, this year we are going Appalachian Mountains. We're going to a place called Wind Rock. And
nice place.
Your 4Runner would probably be able to do Moab a lot. The rock is very sticky, and 4Runners can do that. You don't see a lot of 4Runners in Wind Rock. So that said, if you sincerely want to beat the living snot out of your 4Runner, you know where my Jeep is right now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's up on a rack. They were just fixing the fan, but they're like, dude, you got a rattle in the rear end. They went and checked, and I have a bent rear axle and have all these teeth missing from my diff. So they're like, look, you understand, Karl, we've got to beef this thing up a bit. So Gilbert, and this goes to anybody else out there, if you would like to come join us on our little off-road expedition, I want to say it's right at the end of May, beginning of June. We are going to be at Windrock. We're actually at a campsite nearby there. But shoot me an email to tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com. That's tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com. And I'm not promising that you'll be able to get in on all the fun, but I don't see why not, right? We haven't hit the limit of the number of vehicles that we usually do. Moody said I should put 1 tons in it. You know, Moody, as much as 1-ton axles sound fun, and that's what you need if you're going to go 40-inch tires, it's got 500 horsepower, and I need it to drive on the highway. I don't need 40-inch tires.
Just get a deuce and a half.
Yeah, right. No, I don't have the money to put a Dana 60 to go Dana 60 axles front and back right now, guys. You understand? You're talking like $20,000 or $30,000 to do it proper, because understand, you're having to swap rims because they're no longer 5 lug anymore. You're having to swap brakes. There's a lot that goes into beefing up that stuff. So I don't need 1 tons. I guess
I knew a guy that put Rockwells underneath one. The deuce and a half axles. He put
Oh,
deuce
yeah,
and a half axles
yeah.
underneath one.
Deuce and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Those big old freaking axles.
That would be awesome.
Put a drive shaft brake brake on it.
All right.
That way you can hold it on climb.
Cash Me Outside. He's got a question. Have you ever thought about doing classes on Patreon, like a correspondence course? People could video themselves doing the drills so you can see if they're doing it up to standard. You're kind of stealing my thunder here, but what we're actually looking at, we may start on Patreon, but we're going to make it a thing. So basically you send us a video of you doing one of our critical task evaluations, maybe combat pistol reload, which is draw, fire 1, reload, fire 1 to stop the clock, and then or do a check drill with your rifle and pistol, and then for like a fixed price, $40 or whatever it is, I don't know what the price would be, we would take your video that you have filmed, critique it, and then give you feedback. If you guys think that would be something that would catch on, I don't know, let me know. It's my wife's idea. She really wants to do it. But yeah, as far as doing correspondence courses for patrons, I get people that ask me to do just special videos and put them onto thumb drives to sell, and or DVDs. And I understand that's a way to make money. That's what a lot of guys do. Even Kyle Lamb's got DVD sets and stuff. But honest, and I know I should be a better businessman, but I like being able to share information with you guys for free. Because you understand, when you guys watch my YouTube videos, you're getting this information for free. People still bitch. They don't like the lighting. They don't like my big light, my reflection above my head. They don't like the sound quality. They bitch that, oh, well, that was boring. Such and such person did it better. Okay, I don't watch anybody else, but you got the video for free. But the only way I can do that for you, because YouTube demonetizes most of our stuff now, is the support of my patrons. So if you guys really want to help the channel, you really want to help me continue doing what I'm doing, go to patreon.com and /tactical rifleman and become a patron. I would love to have more patrons. I lost a third of my patrons because of COVID, and because the economy is shot. Times are tough. I know they are. I am thankful to have every patron that still stays with me, but I would love to get more patrons. Wouldn't that be awesome? All right. Next question. Back to precision rifle. Max Montana, bipod recommendations, Karl. Most important feature for getting started with precision rifle shooting and learning technique. That's 2 questions. Bipod recommendation, it's a little pricey, but I recommend you go to B&T Industries and get their Atlas bipod. If you want one for in close that will actually pan for movers, just get their regular Atlas. They've got one that the legs don't rotate that was made for SOCOM. If you're going to do precision rifle, though, at distance, they have one called the CAL, CAL, that stands for can't and lock. It does not pan, but it will allow you to level the gun for uneven terrain. Once you've leveled the gun once, you lock it, and you understand the gun never can't anymore. It doesn't. Once you've shot, the recoil is straight back and forth. So once you've leveled the gun, you've got that float level on your scope. Once you've leveled the gun, lock it down, and then whatever cant it's at, you're going to be good to go again. Wow, thank you, Bruce Wayne. Hey, James T. Kirk. Yeah, block him all. Don't just put him in timeout, guys. Like, I want you to, block them forever. Like, literally block them forever. All right. Message deleted. Yeah, guys, I got some high school kids that are being trolls. They just came down from their mom's. They live in their mom's basement, and they are. They just went upstairs, got some hot pockets, and now they're using profanity, and they can't even spell, which is awesome. I mean, they are truly some of the finest high school kids we've ever seen here, which is awesome. No big deal. Just keep my moderators are here to keep blocking them, guys. Just ignore them. See what happens when you get a YouTube moderator that's only 21 years old. The YouTube moderator actually still lives in his mom's basement, and his brothers and sisters who are high school kids are sitting right next to him, and they think this shit's funny. So, it is what it is. They'll keep going, guys. Don't sweat that shit. Don't sweat that shit. All right, guys, those are the only questions I have so far. My moderators are full-time blocking these guys. That's cool. Look, they really can't spell. Lord Goku. Yeah, this is a bunch of...
So I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
So
all right.
we were talking bipods. We're talking scopes. We're talking precision rifles. Okay. I'm not into the tactical side as much as I am I'm a hunter, right? Yeah. So I have an AR-10 that I use.
Yep.
I've got a 3mm red dot scope on my 308 because most of my stuff, most of my stuff's under 100, meters, under 100, 150 at
red
most.
Dot's perfect. Yep.
3 power, so that way I still got good. Now. Yep. You were talking about bipods. I've seen different kinds of bipods. Some guys use them only when they're like in a stand blind, because you have a place you can set it on. Yep. And the other guys, they're sitting in a deer stand, so you're using the rail.
Yeah, you're not touching it on anything.
So is there any that you have that are that you know of that are detachable and stuff?
I mentioned B&T. Their Atlas bipod, all their bipods, you can get the option of a quick detach, where literally you just hit the latch and it comes right off your rail.
Okay.
That's the way I run. That's the way I run mine, guys. It's literally the way I run mine. Karl, what about Versapod? Versapod was okay back in the day, but honest, I wouldn't run a Versapod on a precision rifle. That's just me. All right. Magpul makes a bipod that is decent. It is. It is a decent bipod, but understand it's not as good as an Atlas bipod. Now, when you go price a Atlas bipod, understand they are expensive, but it is a small factory. There are 8 people sitting around in a loop on the tables. I've been to that factory a dozen times, and one of those people's sole job is to check everybody else's stuff that they've already made. And when parts come in, because they'll order like 10,000 legs. When those legs come in, they are checked to spec. The washers and it's literally the brass washers and some of the other parts are usually what are found to be out of spec, and that takes away how smooth it can be. Wow. So you guys understand, my moderators can do this all night long and just block all this stuff because it's not one person doing a live stream. I have a great team. No, it's they're trying hard, but no, I've got moderators, and I appreciate my moderators, guys. I've given them free classes, free gun belts from ATS Tactical Gear, whatever. I will always try to take care of my moderators. They're hard at work right now. I'm gonna have so many people blocked now, which they'll never be allowed to post again on any tactical rifleman video. They're blocked forever.
That's awesome.
Hey, Donut, if you don't mind, also if you could, after the fact, write down their names, all these names, because I'll block them on Tactical Rifleman also, and that way, number one hippie will not ever be able to comment on any of my 500 Tactical Rifleman videos. Just guys, do the best you can. They're trying, Susan. They're trying. Cut them some slack. All right, guys, we are coming up on an hour and a half. Real quick, I had a couple other things that I wanted to touch on real quick that are important. Right, you guys know I'm down here all this week at Round Canopy Parachute Team. From here, I am going out to Texas. I've got next week a few days to prep for courses, but then me, Emery, a couple other instructors, we are racing out to Texas on the 31st. We start classes bright and early on 1 April for our Combat Pistol 101 course. All right, the next 2 days are pistol carbine, which is completely sold out. Don't even try it. But the 4th of April, we still have a few slots left. I think 3 for Carbine Zero Mastery. The advanced pistol carbine class, if you have taken our pistol carbine class, you want to take the advanced pistol carbine. That is 5 and 6 April. Those classes are on sale 50% off. I was going to just do 25% off. I was in a good mood, and I didn't think the classes were filled. So I put it 50% off. They sold out like overnight, dude. Wow. Crazy. But the cool part is we're going to be staying at Beaumont Ranch, which is like a big cowboy town where they do like big weddings and stuff. They have a bunkhouse there. And I worked out a deal with them for me and my instructors to stay in the bunkhouse for $45 a night. Now, I asked them, I'm like, how about if my students want to stay there? And they're like, Karl, you can do whatever you want. So if you want to stay in the bunkhouse with me and my instructors, hang out with us at night, $45 per night, get you in the bunkhouse. Now, understand you're not going to find a hotel room under $200 anywhere around there. Now, they do have other lodging there, like you can get the jail. You open up the door of the jail and it's like a king size bed in there. It's a nice suite with a bathroom and everything. The general store, I think, has got 2 queen size beds in it. It's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. But it's that's where we do our Patreon course. That we sold out the whole place. Every room was packed with patrons. Wow. It was a beautiful thing. We're doing our Patreon course again in October. I've already reserved the room above the bunkhouse that's got a king-size bed, nice bathroom. Me and my wife, we're going to be hanging out there. So anyways, guys, if you want to join me in Texas, that would be awesome. I come back from Texas, and again, there's only a few slots left for that. Come back from Texas, I'm going to be filming a little bit more. And then Emery has got a gun runner pistol course the same weekend that the NRA show is. And we got a bunch of great courses on the calendar. our low light, no light course, which is night shooting. We're doing it at an indoor range, so you don't have to stay out. Show up at sundown and the class is done by 11 p.m. and you're tired as shit. No, we're not doing that. You show up at 8 a.m. We shoot. We take a break for lunch. We shoot all afternoon. You're in the dark the whole time. We turn the lights on. You jam mags. We turn the lights back out. First day is weapon-mounted lights on your pistol and rifle. Day 2 is night vision. We provide brand new PVS 14s. You have the option to buy them at my discounted price at the end of the course. You can sign up at tacticalrifleman.com. We got a high-risk travel course coming up. A few other things, high-risk concealed carry. I already mentioned Tactical Precision Rifle 101. This Friday's video is an awesome one. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of it. It is no joke. I got asked by the film crew. They're like, "Hey, Karl, you need to do one on military terms, like all the acronyms and shit you guys say all the time. Like, what does OCOCA stand for? What is C2? Okay. So I thought about it and I just started jotting them down. I hit 100 quickly. And so I showed the list of the film crew. They're like, "Karl, you can't do 100. Pick 30 or 40 of them." So I picked 30 of my personal favorites. I put them in alphabetical order because I know some of you nutbags are going to want to write them down.
They're CDO. Yeah. They're not OCD.
Yeah, exactly. But so they're in alphabetical order. So I start filming it and I was like, I don't have any A's, but so let's start with B's. So I started off with Blue Falcon.
Or Bohica.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a decent video, guys. I think y'all will enjoy it. Philip Wilson threw down $5 minus shipping and handling. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate it. For everybody that threw down super chat money tonight, guys, I appreciate you making a small donation to the preservation of Karl Erickson Foundation. I need it. My wife has got a full-time job spending my money. Honey, I'm joking. She's watching.
I'm sure she is. Watching. She's going to bust
her
balls later.
Dude, she makes more money than I do.
She's like,
not really, but
quit
she makes me make more money than I would ever make without her. I'd be worthless without my wife, without a doubt.
Wouldn't we all?
31 years, dude. I've been married 31 years.
I was 24 this in April.
See? All right, guys. I've covered what I want to talk about. Susan, if you got one more question, it says I'm frozen. Okay.
No, it didn't say Blue Waffle. It said Blue Falcon.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, exactly. Doing it to frozen. No, you're good. Okay. She said we're good again. I guess we froze for a couple seconds.
Sorry.
I'll tell you what, if you guys got any last question, if you don't, again, I apologize that we had the trolls show up. I understand it's cold outside and, the little kids don't want to play outside anymore. So they're sitting around their laptops giggling like a bunch of libtards that they are, purple hair and all that shit.
Hey,
don't
get all the purple hair. My daughter's got purple hair.
Yeah,
she loves it.
She didn't. You notice she don't like my live stream either. She ain't in here.
Oh, she was earlier. They were watching on the.
Were they really?
They were watching on the big TV. They just went to bed.
Okay. I'm glad the trolls have gone. I appreciate it. See, that's teamwork right there. I'm down a moderator tonight. JT wasn't here tonight, so my other moderators picked up the pace. That's awesome. For my homies, the mods, Alex, I appreciate it. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Again, thank you to my mods for all their counter battery fire, and I want to give a big mention to the Round Canopy Parachute Team here. I want to thank Skydive Palatka for hosting us out here, letting me park my camper here. And it's been a great time. I'm looking forward to having my son out here with his band. It's going to be awesome. Again, thanks to our sponsor tonight, USCCA. Become the prepared protector that you need to be with a USCCA membership. Check them out. I'll add the link down below the video here in a little bit. Yeah, I apologize. We're not in a pretty studio like we usually are. Guys, I'm not joking. I'm literally refrigerator, uh, sink, 2-burner stove. There's the wheel. This is no shit. This is my camper. It is. It is what it is. I make the best of it, and I love my camper. I do, because I can take it, drive up the mountain where there are no human beings. I love you guys. I'll see y'all next week. Y'all know the deal. Y'all take care and shoot straight.